It's another math day here with teacher Jenny. Join me for another topic. This time we're going to talk about derivative rules, specifically quotient rule. F of x is equal to x over x plus 2. Our function is expressed in terms of fractions, and in this manner, in this manner, once we have a fraction form function, we are going to simply follow the quotient rule. Quotient rules would somehow tell us that if we have this format, we are going to assign symbol here, such as we let our numerator here be an f, and then the g here be our denominator. And if that will be the case, we're going to follow our formatting here for finding the derivative, which is we have to call out our denominator g, and then we multiply that one with the derivative of our f minus calling out our f times the derivative of the denominator g over our g squared. So simply following that one, we'll get our derivative of the function. So following that, we have our f prime of x that's equal to our g is x plus 2. Then we go for our f, getting the derivative of that. Our f is x here. Getting the derivative of that one, that's equal to a 1. Minus our f is x. Multiplying that with the derivative of g. Our g is x plus 2. Getting the derivative of x, that's a 1. Derivative of 2 is a 0. So we don't need to write that one anymore. At the bottom part, we have that g as x plus 2. And then we are to raise that to the power of 2. Simplifying the numerator part, this is now equal to x plus 2 times 1, that's still x plus 2. X times 1, that is still an x. So we have a minus x here. And then at the bottom part, we have our x plus 2 squared. Simplifying the numerator, f prime of x, that's equal to x minus x here. That will give us a 0. So we are left with 2 at the top, and then we have an x plus 2 squared at the bottom part. So we can simply expand that one. We have to do the special product for a square of a binomial, in which we square the first term, that will be an x squared. Then multiplying the two terms, x times 2, that's 2x. Multiply it by 2. We always multiply our second term by 2. We get the product of the two terms, then multiply that one by 2. So first we have our 2x, and then multiplying that by 2, we have our 4x. Then we square the second term. 2 squared, that's a 4. That will be our final answer. Next one, we have f of x equal to x squared minus 3x plus 4 over x plus 2. Getting the derivative again of that particular function in terms of a fraction, we name this numerator as f, our denominator as g. We follow the format of getting the derivative of a quotient, in which we have there g f prime minus f g prime over g squared. So following the formatting there, we have now g is x plus 2. F prime, we go to f, get the derivative of each of the terms there, starting off with x squared, that's equal to 2x. In the next one, we have a negative 3x. Getting the derivative of that is simply a minus 3. Getting the derivative of 4, that's a 0, so we have to stop it until there. Minus f here is x squared minus 3x plus 4. Then we are to multiply that one with the derivative of g, which is x plus 2. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of 2 is a 0. Over x plus 2, we square that one. And then we try to simplify that one further. we have our FOIL method for the first term. We have x times 2x. That will be 2x squared. X times negative 3, that will be a negative 3x. 2 times 2x, that's a 4x. 2 times negative 3, that's a negative 6. For the second term, we have x squared minus 3x plus 4 times 1. That will be equal to x squared minus 3x plus 4 still. So what we're doing now is going to distribute the negative inside. So from positive x squared, that will be with a minus x squared. And then from minus 3x, that will become a plus 3x. From plus 4, that becomes minus 4 over our x plus 2 squared. Then we try to combine like terms at the top at the numerator. We start with the highest exponent down to the constant. 2x squared minus x squared, that will be equal to an x squared. Negative 3x plus 4x, that's an x. Plus 3x, that's a 4x. Then we go to the constant. We have negative 6 minus 4. That's a negative 10. Over x plus 2 squared. Since we cannot cancel out x plus 2 at the bottom part and x plus 2 at the top, which means that we need to expand x plus 2 squared. That's a square of a binomial, so we have to square the first term. That's x squared. Multiply the two terms, x times 2, that's 2x times 2, that will be a 4x. And 2 squared, that's a 4. So that will be our final answer for the the quotient rule, or getting the derivative of a function using the quotient rule. This is again your teacher Jenny saying, practice and practice, and you'll get eventually perfect one day.